There it is. So welcome back if you're returning. Guys, I had to come in and deliver this quick message, okay? Now I don't know who this message for or how it's gonna resonate with you, but I had to get it off my mind, heart, and spirit, okay? Y'all know how this goes. So real quick, let me just tell y'all what I'm hearing through the vine. So the way that it came in was if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. But the truth is, honestly, that just because you can do it doesn't mean they can do it. And let's be honest, most of the things that you've done, they couldn't do. So why tell them that if you can do it, then they can do it? To be nice, why are we saying this? Why are we not giving ourselves the credit for the hard work that we've done as if it was something easy that anybody could do? Because a lot of times we're taught to be humbled and to keep a certain modesty about ourselves when it comes to our accomplishments, right? But at some point, you have to be bold and confident and be able to actually stand up in that energy to say, yeah, I accomplished that. And I don't know if anyone else would have been able to do it the way that I did it or to be able to do that. It's okay to say that, collective. I don't know if you've been told that it's okay, but as the healer that your spirit guides have guided you to, I'm here to let you know that it's okay to tell yourself that you did a good job and that you did better than that person. It's okay for you to admit that the way you did something was awesome. No matter whether they give you the credit for it or not, no matter whether other people do it and they see you do it and everybody does it, but you do just a little bit something a little bit different than they do and nobody ever really points it out. I'm here to tell you that it's okay for you to admit that you did it and you did it way better than they did it. And that's okay. Y'all don't forget to like the video, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Let me know how this resonates with you if it resonates with you. I just had to deliver this quick message, like I said before, because it was on my mind, heart, and spirit. So that's the message. Now, the way that it came in was like a talent show. Y'all remember, and when we would have talent shows in schools, they would get a group of children to display their acts and perform, and they were artists and singers and dancers and just all types of cool things, magic tricks, things of that nature. And for a while, you would be given a first place, a second place, a third place, and then that's pretty much like they ranked you from your performances. And then after a while they started to take away the first, second, and third place ribbons or trophies because there were so many people that would participate that wouldn't get a first, second, or third, and they would feel like they were less than, or they would feel like saddened because they didn't win or they didn't get a first, second, or third. um, and here's the thing, when they did that, they gave participation trophies. But what does it actually say to those who put everything they had into it to actually deserve a first, second, or third place? Now I know, depending on what school you went to and depending on who the judges were, there could have been like school favorites and class favorites, teachers' pets, and reasons that would have allowed other people who shouldn't have gotten a first, second, or third to get a first, second, or third, and therefore that could create issues, which is another message in itself. Who are the people that are judging you, collective? Who are you allowing to judge you here? Because, and I've been getting this message a lot as I deliver these messages to my collective. Who have you been allowing to judge your deeds? Is it other humans, other peers? Is it your ancestors, your family? Do you pray to a source, and are you feeling those energies from the source? What is it that you've been allowing to like judge you, to give you that first, second, third? Because at some point somebody told you, collective, if you resonate with this, at some point someone said, well, it doesn't matter how you did that. It doesn't matter that you did that well. You're just like everybody else. You're just like everybody else. And when you heard that, you ran with that. You're just like everybody else. My little smoke alarm just went off because it's real sensitive. My children were cooking, and that could be a message in itself. Someone could have told you that, someone could have like watched you put in a lot of hard work, and it been the same exact hard work that they tried and it didn't work for them, but they were jealous or envious because they saw the light within you, they saw the spirit, they saw that extra something that gave you that first, second, or third place ribbon, and they were jealous of it. So what they told you was that you were no better than anyone else that participated. You didn't deserve the first, second, or third place ribbon. Who have you been allowing to judge you, to make you feel like that what you just did, what you just accomplished, what you just put your energy, time, and love and passion into, that it wasn't worthy of that first, that second, or that third place? When did you just accept the participation trophies, the participation ribbon, when you deserve, and I'm hearing that, deserve to be in that top 3 spot? That's the message. Now, collective, I love reading for you all because y'all, listen, y'all are really good people. This isn't really along like the lines of like karmic, repetitive energy that I've been reading on. The only thing that's repetitive about it is the forward motion that I feel with this collective that I'm reading for. This isn't cyclical, like repetitive cycles, and even if it is, it's okay. This isn't like negative, is what I'm getting at. This has been a pleasure to read for you all, actually, and to see how much of you all are open to the new, how much of you all are open to the unknown and prepared for whatever is to come, because you are now recognizing, as underdogs, even some of you, recognizing that you've shortened yourself. You held out on yourself to the point to where you're having to come back and say, you know what, this is really who I am, and this is what I stand for, and this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do with it as you continue to go forward, which has been beautiful energy to read on. So that is just the intro. Okay, I haven't even gotten into the cards. Bottom of the deck here, we had Wheel of Fortune along with the Four of Pentacles. I don't even think people have seen your full potential here. I don't even know if you've seen it, collective. If you've actually seen your full potential. There's a lot of you that once this has been unleashed, or this will be unleashed for you, this sense of, you know what, maybe they can't do it. Maybe what I did, maybe that's something special. Maybe it's not something that everyone can accomplish. That goal that I set, that I reached and I accomplished with way more like time to spare than other people. I did it with less effort than other people. Maybe that's like a talent of mine. Maybe that's something that I'm actually good at. Maybe they can't do it. I think, collective, you're looking around and you're seeing people go through some of the things that you've gone through, and you're realizing how you handled it and how you did it, and you're like, actually, maybe I can handle it. Maybe it's not that just because I can do it, they can do it. Maybe they can't do it. And like standing in that, owning that, and realizing nothing's wrong with that. That you had to retrain your brain and retrain yourself to think highly of yourself without feeling bad for it. I feel like you were made to feel bad when you did good things. Somewhere maybe in your programming, your childhood, your upbringing, your environment, your schooling, something, your early adult life, something led you to believe that your good deeds didn't matter. They led you to believe that you were like everyone else, that your light was dimmed on purpose, is what I'm feeling, collective. Seven of Swords energy. Okay. Wonder if this is much as other people that were lying to you and making you believe the things that they were saying about you, like judging you. You had like, you know how I said in the school, you had like judges that were favorites. They had favorites, so they made sure who got the first and the second and third place ribbon. You just might have had the wrong judges judging you in this competition. Something may have happened when you were 7 years old. Seven of Pentacles here as well. I feel like there's something that you want to do now that you're wondering if it's too late. Is it too late? There's been a lot of time to go by. There was something that you once wanted. There was an inner child dream here. The bottom of this Lover's card says children of the voice. Children of the voice divine. Children of the voice divine. Right, as I was saying, that there could have been something within your inner child here that was lost or taken away, stolen even. Some of you, you started to lose your want, your passion for whatever this was. There was something that you wanted, something you longed for, something you were good at. There was a part of you that's missing or lost here. How do you get it back? Some of you feel like that you have done so much in your past to get you where you are. You wonder if you can even get this back. You wonder if this is even doable. This thing, this talent, whatever that you are good at, whatever you once was number one at, like you were number one at this, or number two or number three, whatever you got, you used to get a ribbon for it. Maybe you were a good singer, a good dancer. Maybe you used to play an instrument. Maybe you're someone who's good with numbers or good at reading, or you've got a lot of patience and you know how to deal with people. You could be someone who's an excellent driver. I don't know, whatever this is for you, it's something you were good at that someone made you feel like it was every day, like it was something anybody could do. And so that you shouldn't feel that you're good at this. You should just feel you should be normal. This is normal to do this, right? And you gave up on it at some point. Someone lied to you. Someone made you lie to yourself. I feel like whatever this was, this hurt. Three of Swords energy here under that Seven of Swords. This hurt for you to let go. This hurt for you to leave behind. This, I feel, is something that could have been in your early childhood. Again, this is also something I feel could have made you profitable, would have been profitable, could have made you some type of money or brought in abundance, even if it were something that you would have started a long time ago when you first were good at it, when you first felt it here. I also feel like, too, this could have been something that, now the way that this is coming in is maybe you got into a relationship, and when you got into this relationship, you put so much time into building a relationship with someone else that when you did that, I don't know if this person was telling you this, I'll get to that in a second, whether this person that you were in a relationship in the past told you that that what you were doing was nothing special. And so you start to say, well, if I can do it, you could do it, because it's just like, well, anybody can do it type stuff. Or if this is what you're currently in, I don't know if this is past or current, but it's giving that there was a relationship that you put a lot of time into. Maybe a relationship you started when you were younger, and somewhere in that relationship you lost a piece of yourself. And then you started to go through feeling so much pressure from lacking who you are, like wanting it so bad. It's like you thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. Could this be a thing that you started to, yeah, somebody saw it. Somebody, listen to me. Somebody jealous ass saw you going forward, doing something amazing, and made you feel like crap for it because they wanted it, because they wanted to do what you were doing. And then in doing that, it took your spark, it took your light. They took the light. They tried to anyway. They thought they took the light. You even thought they took the light. Wow. The bottom of this card says the spirit of the primal fire. As I was just saying, this person thought that they took the light here. It says the final judgment or the last judgment. This person thought that they took the light, but they did not take the light because you held the last judgment here, not them. They may have temporarily snatched your fire because they wanted something that you have here. They did a really good job at making you doubt yourself. I'm not going to use these, although these are really good cards. They did a really good job at making you doubt yourself. I think it's just part of the story here. Let's get one for here. But you are not doubting yourself anymore. You're not selling yourself short anymore. And you can still be that positive person. Look at that. You can still be that positive person. I was just about to say, and help the people around you. 3 of Cups. You can still be that positive person and help the people around you and be that motivating, healing person. Except because now you realize that everybody can't do what it is that you did. But just because you did it doesn't mean that everyone can do it. It doesn't mean that they can do it. But you did it though, which is why your voice matters, which is why you can be the encourager. If it were that easy, they would be encouraging you, and maybe they have. But in this moment, for this situation right here, right now, you did that. And you can still be encouraging and healing and helpful. And you don't have to be boastful. You know how many times, this is just an example. There was a time where I had a job interview and I had no babysitter. I had a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old. I had no babysitter. I had to go to this job. It was a job I really wanted as a dispatcher. And I went. I had to do like mock phone calls of emergencies. I had to type a certain speed. I had a little bit of a written part that I had to answer questions. And I ended up having to take both of my young children with me to this interview. And I had my 2-year-old there, and I was just kind of talking to him. I had the 2-month-old in his little rockers in a little car seat, and I'd use my foot and just rock him and to keep him from, getting loud or making any noise. He was 2 months old. He was just kind of sleeping. But my older son, he was just kind of like, Mama, like talking to me. But the whole time I had a headset on because I'm training to be a 911 dispatcher. I got a headset on. I'm answering mock questions on what would I do in emergency situations. I had to type some things really quickly. And the lady came in and she said, you are just handling this so well. I'm just impressed. You're a super mama. She just gave me my props. And I thought to myself, well, anyone would do that if they had to, right? And then not too long later, I had someone to tell me that they couldn't get to an interview because they had their children and things like that. And I thought, well, if I can do it, you can do it. And then I realized that might not be a thing. So just recently, I had someone to tell me something very similar, that they had an interview and they said, well, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this job. I've got to get to this interview tomorrow and I have nobody to watch my children. And it's just, it was a simple interview, kind of similar to what I just described, where they would, essentially have to, talk and do things like that. And I thought to myself how spirit works, because in that moment I thought, well, when I remember one of the, that particular job changed my life. And I remember having no one to watch my children and thinking, gosh, they're not going to hire me. I've got to bring my babies in for this interview and I've got to do these tests, and good God, they're probably not going to hire me at all, actually, is what I thought. But that's quite the opposite. And it just reminded me, Spirit has a way of reminding you that not everybody can do what you've done. Not everybody can do what you've done. That's the message. That's the message. And even though I wanted to be like, snap out of it, like, girl, like, you can do this and you can do that, in that moment I realized that we're not the same. And the only thing that I could do was to be encouraging, to try to to talk to her and maybe, tell her, I told her that, hey, I did this as encouragement, but I couldn't say, well, if I did it, you could do it, because in that moment she didn't feel like she could do that. And the truth is, maybe she couldn't, but I did though. And I felt good in that. And sometimes in life, things happen for you to feel good in that. And there's nothing wrong with that. So that's the way that I feel. I'm not going to get too much into the cards. Actually, bottom of the deck is the moon. This could be for mothers out here. I've been doing a couple of videos for mothers as well. Some people, I think, out here are recognizing how much their mothers did for them as well. You could be a mother or have a mother that you're like, wow, mom, you really did a lot. I see how hard this was for you in the past. Yeah, somebody's looking at their mom and they're like, wow, mom, you did that. Like you did that. You did the damn thing, mom. Like I can't believe you did that. Like somebody's seeing how hard it is as a mom or something like that, and somebody's realizing that just because their mom did it doesn't mean that they can do it, or somebody's realizing just because they did it doesn't mean their child can do it or their friend can do it. The theme of this reading is someone's realizing that they did something, and just because they did it doesn't mean that everybody can do it. They're giving themselves the props that they deserve for completing something, doing something that was challenging, that deserves a number one, number two, or number three award that they didn't get in the past after it being stripped from them from improper judges who were jealous because they couldn't do whatever collective did. And now that the time is right, now that you have that inner voice from that inner child and your fire has been reignited, because it was never taken away. The source of the fire was never taken away. Notice I said reignited. You still had the wood, you still had the spark. You just needed the bah, and it's back. The fire's back. And you're going from being consumed mentally by something that you let go and thought you could never do, to being rewarded. Unknown rewards, I think, maybe even coming in for you, collective. A lot of abundance. That's another theme. Bottom of this Three of Cups says, Lord of Abundance. This is going to come in for you with your family, your soul family, the people you love. They're going to give you that recognition that was stripped from you when you deserved it at some point. You will get that number one, that number two, or that number three ribbon or trophy. I promise. All right. So that's what I got for you right here, right now, collective. Y'all don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how it resonates with you, if it resonates with you, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. If you're interested, you can check out the description box for the link to my Patreon. I do videos over there as well. More videos like these on the way. I don't know who this message for, but it is for somebody. So until next time, y'all be vibrant. Peace.